Have you ever dated a woke girl, like long term?
Yeah.
How is that?
That was when I posted the black square.
Oh.
I was dating, pretty woke. Like, not all the way woke, but still, like, scared of COVID, stuff like that. You know, vaccinated, all the garbage. Are you vaccinated? Oh, you can't. We're on Rumble.
No, I got vaccinated for the dumbest reason ever.
No!
Let me tell you, it was for the dumbest reason ever.
To travel?
It was when I went to England, I wanted to play in a volleyball game.
No!
No, I know this video.
Oh, you seen this?
I've seen some of these where she like asks her friends and they're all delusional.
Yeah. Well, this one just came out 4 days ago. It's called Which Guy with Women's Shoes, which is funny because it's pretty much about pick me.
Okay.
And which you get called a lot. What do you think of her videos, Courtney Ryan?
She's a bit blue-pilled, but I like her. She seems sweet. That's like my take on her.
What makes you think she's blue-pilled?
I mean, I think she knows a little bit about like red pill stuff, but there's some stuff that she kind of reminds me of me before I watched this stuff for a year.
So she's gonna be soon talking about Hollywood and who runs the banks pretty soon.
Maybe 2 years out.
2 years.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here,
She would be great on a Pearly Things podcast.
Yeah, I would totally take her on.
I think she would do it too.
I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're playing a little game with a group of girls called Would You Rather. So what I do...
Also, one thing I noticed watching these videos is that, no offense, but women are extremely slow at talking. They're like, well, I feel like... And then you have to get past them talking about themselves. I always have to watch this sped up because... it takes you guys so long to get to the point. Like, it's just like,
no, it's true.
Come on, man.
It's true. I notice it on my show, and I do it too, and I'll catch myself doing it, but I understand.
Okay.
I understand.
I'm not trying to be sad, but it's just like, get to the fucking point.
You're right. But
Okay.
we just talk in a different way than men.
Yeah.
Like, we don't speak in the same way.
Because you're emotional. So
Yeah.
it's like, before you even make a point, you need to preface 5 ways why you're not a bad person. Like, it's like, well, I don't want to be rude, and not to call her fat, or not to say well, but what's the point? What is it, like, why?
Nah, not well, and I do it again.
Just say, yeah, well.
Say it again.
Uh-huh.
Give them guy number 1 and guy number 2, and each guy comes with some baggage or some things going on, and they have to choose which guy that they would rather date. So, no more to say. Let's get into it and see which guy the girls
Can I answer
pick.
too? I'm going to answer too.
Okay.
Guy number 1 who makes $200K, but he struggles with infidelity and will have 1 to 2 affairs during your life together. Or guy number 2 who makes $40K and is loyal.
I'll do guy number 2. Guy number 1. That sounds so bad.
Guy number 1 or 2.
Are they all of them?
200K and cheats 1 or 2 times in your lifetime.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna pick 2. I'm gonna pick 2, but
The brokey?
I'll tell you why though. It's like I have at some point like my dad, like I have a rich family. I don't, you know.
Yeah, but don't you think that it's not really about the money, but not being a brokey is what makes a man attractive in a lot of ways? Like having the skills and
I'm capping. It's 1. It's
Okay,
1. I'm capping.
Good,
It's
good,
1.
The 40K and is loyal, obviously. Well, for me, obviously.
Ooh, that is...
She said 40K.
That's an easy one. I guess I'll say the guy number 2 because I couldn't deal with infidelity no matter how much money you make.
Loyal. I would choose $40,000 and loyal.
Okay.
Yes.
Loyalty important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely the guy who makes
Brokey.
40K and is loyal. Loyalty is super important, and...
But I mean, it's very stupid to me that most women cannot just let go of their ego for a little bit. Like, your whole life, you're going to choose to be with the brokey instead of accepting the fact that men will step out and cheat once in a while. Like,
that was the hardest pill for me to swallow. That was hard.
What bothers you? Why does cheating? I don't get the obsession with modern women and loyalty. You know that our loyalty is different than female loyalty.
No, I get it now, but that was like the hardest pill for me to swallow. I really fought back on that. I just think for me, I would just be afraid that he would like leave. Like maybe he'd like, I don't know, maybe he'd like the side chick, you know?
But if he's going out of his way to keep a secret and do something in private,
yeah,
all because he doesn't want to hurt your feelings, He's doing it for himself. He's not doing it because he wants to leave you. It's just like when someone goes in the garage and has a drink, like during Thanksgiving, you know, your family. It's just like the secret thing. You actually care about your wife so much that you would do all this shit, get a second phone, get a hotel room, maybe another apartment, all this work to protect your feelings. That's love. Cheating is love.
Yeah, but we're still emotional, so it still hurts our
So just don't look through his phone.
No, I agree with you. I see no evil, hear no evil. Sell me a fantasy, baby. Sell me a dream.
Yes.
I don't want to know.
Yes.
40K is not that bad.
Next one here is guy number 1 who is 50 pounds overweight and makes 120K. Or guy number 2 who is fit, nice arms, six-pack, great endurance, and makes 35K.
1 or 2. Fat Richie or fit Brokey?
I keep wanting to ask and they can't change, but I know you can't ask that. I kind of want to say, how overweight was he?
I think 35 pounds of whale. Let's go back. You want to see how much of a whale you're really doing. Is it a beluga?
So
or a
50
whale?
pounds. So if he's 6 foot, what does that make him?
50 pounds overweight?
Yeah.
I think the BMI, and I think you're overweight at like 220 at 6 feet. So 270.
You know what?
It's a big boy.
I've done that before. It's not.
You don't like you don't like male whales?
I don't want to say anything.
What about women?
They'll find him.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? What?
No. No, I can't say things because they find these like.
Well, what do you mean? What about people? What about the women who said that they like dad bods?
Look, yeah, okay. I'm gonna make this as broad as possible without. Please, okay. I've gone that route, the heavy rich boy. I've done that. Like we don't like dad bods. You just deal with it. That's just in the most broad.
So you're taking the fit Brokey.
I'm gonna take the fit Brokey.
Okay.
That's
but that's a big difference. 120K to 35.
I know. Well, I don't like either option, but in my head, I'm like, okay, well at least guy 2. Guy 2, I'm thinking like again.
You're traumatized.
No, I'm thinking I have a rich dad.
Well, you can fall back on that. Well, yeah.
That's where I'm like logical. So I'm like.
Okay. But do you think that you're still going to respect a guy making 35, making less than you? Because this is a problem for a lot of modern women, is that they don't know how to date a guy that earns less than them because they need to look up to their man and they need to respect him. And it just goes hand in hand with respect for most people.
I mean, I don't think money always, I mean, it's hard because I'm trying not to cap. Like, obviously, I'd prefer it if they make more than me. Right. Or like, you know.
You genuinely like.
But I just like personally don't think like that's realistic for me, if I'm being honest.
What's realistic?
Like I've done well with the channel, and I just don't think it's realistic for me to expect to date a guy that makes more than me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think that's because I don't want to like say how much I make, cause but I just think if I'm being honest, like that's probably how it's gonna end up for me because. But this is the problem with
so many relationships. Women are starting to out earn men in so many metrics, and that's why they've told women to be empowered, to be girl bosses, because they want to destroy the family from the inside out. So.
But I've always felt like men should control the money regardless of how much you make. Like Auntie Jenny says it best. Like, if you can trust him with your body, why can't you trust it with the money? And like that's just how I feel. Like I don't. Like my dad helps me manage my money now, and I actually prefer that because I don't really like I just feel like as women we spend too much.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Very materialistic.
I don't know.
No, but you think that you could respect a guy that makes that much less than you?
35K.
Wouldn't there be like some thought in your head like this fucking loser?
35K would be hard. I think 35K. I always say like 60, 70, like 60's fine, 55.
But it's just one of these two.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It probably wouldn't be a good relationship.
But 120K is still much less than what you're making, for sure. You don't want to say, but I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I just think number 2 is. I'm gonna pick number 2. I don't think either would be. I don't think that would be a great relationship. But I gotta pick one, right? What do you think I should pick? Am I picking wrong? Am I picking wrong?
I don't think you're picking wrong. It's your preferences. Because I think in either metric, you're gonna think the guy's kind of a loser. He's so much of a loser, he can't lose 50 pounds. He can't go to the gym. He's also a loser. He can't make more than 35K. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, either one. I don't think that there's a right answer for this.
2 who is fit, nice arms, 6-pack, great endurance, and makes 35K.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Guy number 1.
I'll take the first guy.
Yeah, 35K, that's like McDonald's. So I'll go with number 1.
The fit one.
Okay.
I make enough money to support us both.
Okay.
I'll say guy number 1. We can go to the gym together and work it out.
What if he didn't want to lose any weight? Would you still choose that one?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
That's like hard because like I don't really value money or like, well, I guess I value health. So like,
Stop capping, lady. That's just.
You don't value money? Well, she's woke, but she also has a Jesus chain at the same time. And like,
no, feminism has infiltrated the church.
Yeah.
I think sometimes the church makes women more feminist and leaves them more single.
Why is that? Because in Catholic school we had nuns.
No, okay. I have this whole theory that like churches are just homemakers. Because like, okay, we got the stereotype, because of the past. Like, I know you're Catholic, right?
Yeah.
I'm Catholic too, but we have the pastor that fucks the congregation, right? That's a stereotype, right? And then he goes on the stand and starts preaching, and he says, like, all the hoes can be forgiven and you guys can marry them. But of course he's going to say that he's fucking all the hoes and someone's got to deal with them after. So then I was like, and then what they'll do is the hoes want to come to church because they'll preach the born again virgin shit. So like you can still have a happy ending even though you're
after being a hoe.
Yeah. And
just
so
confess the dicks away.
And so exactly. So I'm like, no wonder the girls are worse in the church because. And I remember when I was in Catholic school, they would have chastity speakers. Did you have Jason and Christiana Everett?
Yeah, the people who sit backwards on the chair. Hey guys, you ever hear about chastity?
No, it's like
not those people.
Well, sort of. They would have a whole school assembly for the chastity speakers for us. Okay. And they would it was like Jason and Christiana Everett. Wait, Google their faces because I want to show you. We're gonna do the line test on them.
What's her name?
Jason and Christiana Everett. Ever. It'll like come up. Go to images. Now, basically, she was the ran through girl, and you see the line test. The people that get it. That one.
Wait, what's the line test?
You've never seen the line test? No. It's like whoever's leaning into who has the power.
So she's a sim.
Yeah, because basically they go around talking about how she was ran through, and then he waited till he was married, and then like she found God, and now they have all these kids, which I'm happy for their family and stuff.
There are a lot of kids though.
Yeah, and that's great, but it's like.
But she has the balls. She's running the relationship.
Yeah. Okay. And so I feel like the church actually leaves like, and then they encourage. Like I have a friend. She found the church like, I don't know. She was 22. She got baptized. This girl hasn't had sex in like 5 years. Which it could be a good thing, right? But she's expecting a guy to wait till she's married now. But you're not a virgin. No, who's gonna do that?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And that's the whole point. Is like they're selling dreams to these girls.
So the Catholic Church is bad. Is your point? I have a lot of people who watch this who think that the Orthodox Church or whatever Catholicism isn't real Christianity.
I don't know about Catholics. My point is like feminism has infiltrated the churches, and you see it in Christian churches like. So even when they have the crosses, like a lot of times they leave the women worse. And if you walk into a lot of churches, you'll see like 70% single women of under like 30, 35. And that's actually something I want to do. I want to go to churches and interview people like, why does the church leave women single? Because it's like, I've been in multiple different churches and it's just like always the same thing where there's an overabundance of women and not enough men. And the men that are there, they're just not very masculine. So it's like, why is that?
What do you think about Islam?
I don't know enough about Islam. Like, I don't really have an opinion on it.
I understand the decision that Andrew made saying that Christianity in the West is over because I was recently in the train station in New York and someone, it was funny, it was right after the A thing. And this gay guy, well, I presume he was gay, was wearing a jean jacket and he had the swastika with the cross around it. On the same jacket, he had the cross crossed out. So he's associating Christianity with Hitler. Like that's how bad Christianity can just openly be disrespected in public. Like no to Jesus. Imagine walking around with the jacket with Muhammad's face on it with a cross on it. What's gonna happen to you?
You get like attacked.
You're not gonna make it home.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make it home. The difference is the Christian church in America has tolerated so much that it doesn't really stand for anything anymore. And so I understand why. I understand your diagnosis that it's creating homemakers. That does make sense.
Do you like the Pope?
No, he started being pro LGBT, and it's against what's in the Bible. Like he sold out to the woke mob. I think. I also think he's being paid off by the World Economic Forum. No, I'm not a fan of the Pope.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just feel like there's a lot of people that would be religious, but like all the churches are just kind of full of shit.
Full of shit how?
Like the Catholic Church, you have the Pope promoting that, right? And then it's like you in the Christian churches, you have the LGBT stuff. You have like there's porn addiction groups, but there's no social media addiction groups for the women.
You can say porn on Rumble.
Oh shit! I'm so used to saying it. I'm so used to.
Yeah, me too. I kept seeing delete instead of suicide, stuff like that. Yeah. I said prawn.
And I just feel like it's like the church is good in itself, but it's like there's just been a lot of corruption, and there's a lot of people that kind of see it as like kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But
it hasn't.
But it's unfortunate because I feel like there's a group of people that like would be religious if the churches like weren't the way they are now.
That's why I left the Catholic Church. I grew up Catholic and I was a degenerate atheist for a long time. I'm trying to get back into it. I recently been reading the Bible. There's specific Catholic Bibles, but this is the King James version. This is what like the hardcore Christians say is the best. There's a lot of good information in here, but still I have a hard time believing like the firmament stuff and like flat Earth and like.
Wait, are you supposed to believe in flat Earth as a Catholic?
I'm not sure as a Catholic, but like the Bible pretty much says the Earth is flat. Oh. If you look into it, I don't know, but I take everything with a grain of salt. I read like different religious books, but yeah, they're gonna get mad at me for saying that. There's a lot of people in my chat think the Earth is flat, but have yet to be convinced.
I've never heard.
I mean, if he's overweight, he could always change him. So I guess I would say the fit guy.
Okay.
Because I care about health, like physical health, because I think it...
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. I'm going to take the fit guy because I don't want to be widowed.
Oh, the overweight guy's going to die.
Yeah. I gotta do something the second half of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just like your well-being.
Yeah, I guess that one.
I think being fit is important. So I want a guy who takes care of his health. 50 pounds overweight is really not that bad, especially if like I have a more active lifestyle, so I wouldn't mind helping him be more active. 50 pounds not that bad, so probably the 50 pounds overweight
50
guy.
pounds. What if he didn't change though? What if he stayed 50 pounds overweight and he couldn't change?
I don't mind a little.
Okay, a little bigger guy.
Yeah.
All right. Guy number 1 who is a 3 and has a boat and a second home that's an oceanfront condo. Or guy number 2 who is an 8 but lives at home with his parents.
These questions are kind of the same thing. This is the same question, just worded differently. Okay, you taking the 3 with the boat and the condo, oceanfront view, or the 8 brokey?
I don't know why the home with the parents is gonna make me. I'm gonna pick one.
The rich 3.
Is he fat though?
I don't know if he's fat. He's a 3.
Because I just keep thinking like if he's fat, you'll probably have to take care of him when he's old, and it's like
you're not trying to baby a guy.
Well, I'm just thinking like I'm like a practical, you know. It's like, but I'm gonna go 1.
Okay. I think they're gonna say 1 as well.
Parents.
Probably the first one.
Okay.
Just because he's doing better in his life.
That's such a bad outfit. I'm not gonna lie. Like the color coordination, I don't know. It looks like a grandma's table on her boot. This is just bad drip.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate these bangs too. I'm not gonna lie. Like the feminist bangs like this. Chad has the same exact bangs like that. It's just, you look weird.
I'm not really one for people.
Look at her yellow eyeshadow. It's just, oh God, I'm hating on her right now, man.
Too short. Why are the bangs that short?
Yeah, it's just you look.
Do you think bangs are ever cute?
No, not really a fan. She kind of looks like a hick. You know, it's like you look like a trucker, like, but you're also a feminist in the yellow eyeshadow. It's weird and conflicting. Like you look like you're an incest baby at this, but also woke. I don't get it.
I care about physical health, but like, other than just like being like healthy, I mean, you don't have to be like super like fit or attractive, just as long as like you're taking care of yourself. But he's obviously taking care of himself in other areas of his life. So,
oh, that's a good one. Probably the 8 who lives at home with his parents, especially in times like these. If he's saving his money, I don't see why. I mean, obviously it would be better if a guy had his own place. A boat would be nice too, though. But I'd go with the guy who's an 8 and lives at home with his parents.
What do you think about these eyelashes?
I don't understand why girls do that. I think they're so ugly.
Do you know the origins of these?
Wait, oh my gosh, is it to like for hookers? The
cumbrellas. Yeah, I thought it was just a conspiracy theory in my chat. I looked it up. It's true. This woman invented it for her girls that were working for her and selling their body. Like they would get their face came on and then it just would get infected. So
do they look good to guys?
I think they look absolutely ridiculous. I make fun of them all the time, and also it just looks so stupid to me. You could tell that they got them at like CVS. They just like glued on. They look really goofy. I'm not a fan.
I just don't like wearing a lot of makeup. Like, I just feel like you got your lot in life, but take what you like. You get what you get. But like, I don't like it when girls have so much that they look like a completely different person. And it's like he's gonna see you without makeup eventually.
I don't know what you're hiding. So, especially like when girls get ready, they're like when they have a dinner and then they put on a shit ton of makeup because they're going. They look so much worse. Like I genuinely just like natural look. I don't like a bunch of. Because it makes me, I see through your insecurities, like, and you're just trying to be an object. I don't know. I'm not a fan at all.
And then it's so impractical because I hate friends like that when they take like 2 hours to get ready. Because I can be ready in like 10 minutes. It does not take, like, I don't understand, like, what the hell you're doing in the bathroom. It's like.
Stapling these on. Yeah, that's what I see. When I see all the makeup, I think about like the 3 hours you were listening to Beyonce, like looking in the mirror. Like, I just.
Guy number 1.
All right. She's honest.
Yeah. At home with parents, that's tough because you don't know what somebody's going through, but I'll stick with the 3 and I'll come back.
That's hard. Depends on circumstance.
Okay, so that would change things for you.
I mean, it would, only if like, because like, do they just not have motivation? Or is it more so? See, that's hard.
This is what I mean when, like, just get to the point.
I would do the 3.
The 3, okay.
Yes. Ooh, that's tricky. I'd say the second guy.
Okay.
Because that doesn't have to be forever.
Right. And how old are you?
I'm 28.
28. So is there an age where living at home with the parents would be a deal breaker for you?
What do you think of her haircut?
We're just objectifying them now. She looks like it's okay.
It's okay.
She reminds me of like Susie from Calvin and Hobbes. You ever read that cartoon book? Chai, you know what I'm talking about?
No. I don't like short hair.
Yeah, right?
Oh, vaguely. I kind of remember that.
I'd say, life happens and, if you need help, you need help. But typically, by the time you're 30, maybe it's time to get on out of there.
All right.
Ooh. I'll say guy number 2. There's still time to move out. I feel like we're still young, so I understand that.
Okay, and how old are you?
21.
Okay, so would you say there's an age where living at home with his parents would not be?
Yeah, what's your cutoff age to be living at home and like start disrespecting somebody?
See, it's interesting because London is a little different. Like people live at home so much longer there because it's so expensive.
So expensive, yeah.
Yeah, so
New York too. People in mid-20s, late 20s still living at home.
It depends why. Like I've met guys that are like saving for a house or something. See, I'm doing it. I'm doing exactly what you said.
At least you caught it.
Like roughly 30, I would say.
30?
Like the early 30, like 33.
33?
32.
Oh, wow. That's way later than I thought you were going to say. I like woke chicks, says Manzoor. I pretend I'm a drone on dating apps. They all fall for it, and I date a new chick every 6 months. Having the time of my life. I can't put up with it. I went on, I've talked about this experience. Like, I went on a date with a they, them girl.
28. I was capping.
28?
I was capping.
Why are you bringing it back now?
Because I was thinking, sometimes I say things and then I like think about it and I'm like, would I really date a 33-year-old living at home with his parents?
That's old.
That's old. Yeah.
That's old.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm 24. Like, imagine if I couldn't get my shit together within 10 years of right now.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like, you got something.
Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
I was saying I went on a date with a they, them girl, and that was, I can't, this guy's saying that he pretends to be a drone to be with woke girls, but I just can't, like, they start talking about astrology and Biden's good, Trump's bad, blah, blah, blah. I just can't fucking, I don't know how you lie about it for that long.
Have you ever dated a woke girl, like, long term?
Yeah.
How is that?
That was when I posted the black square. I was dating, pretty woke. Like, not all the way woke, but still, like, scared of COVID, stuff like that. You know, vaccinated, all the garbage. Are you vaccinated? Oh, you can't. We're on Rumble.
No, I got vaccinated for the dumbest reason ever.
No!
Let me tell you, it was for the dumbest reason ever.
To travel?
It was when I went to England, I wanted to play in a volleyball game.
No!
I was like, yeah, I'd probably be fine. And I didn't really like, I didn't, it's funny, I didn't do it for the longest time. And it was literally, there's a volleyball game and I wanted to play in it. And if I didn't get vaccinated, they were going to let me play. And I was like, fuck it, I'm trying to play. I'm not saying it was the right decision because I'm on health Twitter now. And it scares me. Everyone's dropping dead apparently. And I'm like, oh no, I hope I don't. Like, that would be so unfortunate.
Well, you're healthy for the most part. You didn't get the booster, did you?
I just got the first one.
Okay.
Like just to play. I know L's. It was an L. I shouldn't have.
For a volleyball game?
I really like playing volleyball.
That much? You like volleyball?
I used to like, oh my gosh, that was the only thing I liked to do for the longest time. I moved to Europe to play volleyball. I got offered a pro contract in the fall. I almost went pro. But yeah.
You should have been Kyrie Irving and been a martyr. Off to the side, tweeting about Jews.
I didn't really think about it that long. Like, it wasn't like this well thought out clearly. Because I was just like, I
want to play the game.
It's been a year. No one's died yet. I think I'll probably be fine. And then I'm on health Twitter now, and apparently.
Oh, you got it in a year after the.
Yeah, it was like almost done.
Oh, so you got it You got it in 2022.
No, it was like. It was October a year ago. So okay. It was like that. was
October 2021.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was late in the game. Everyone was getting it back in April, stuff like that. You almost made it.
They didn't catch me that, but then I was like, and because they said I'd have to quarantine for like a month in the UK. I found out I didn't even have to do it. Like, they didn't even check. This is just what they told me, and I was like, I don't want to.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the 5, Dr. Not Your Own. Oh, my bad. Oh, he this is doctor on dating apps. Oh, okay, yeah. Have you ever been on a date with a guy who lied? Bro, this dude's lying for 6 months straight about being a doctor.
I mean,
bro, yeah, you gotta watch the documentary "Died Suddenly" on Rumble.
Oh my gosh, there's a guy that came into our show that was like, "Oh, I make 6 figures," da, 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 da. And I just was curious about his like company, so I looked it up. It was dissolved. I was like,
so he's just capping.
Yeah, he was capping. Because my producer was like, there's no way he does. And I'm like, I don't know. I just believe people when they talk. And my producer was just like, there's no way that guy makes 6 figures. He's here way too much. Like, guys with
he's got too much time.
Yeah. And then we
not be making any money off this.
Yeah, and like, as a girl, you just can't believe, okay. Yeah. And then, he was lying.
Or would be a deal breaker for you?
I feel like around age of like 25, 26, that's like a relative age where I feel like a lot of people are getting their lives together. So if you're still living with your parents, that might be a bit of an issue.
Okay, so if that was the case, then would you choose guy number 1?
I would choose guy number 2.
Still?
Oh, who is guy number 1 again?
The 3 that has the boat and the second home in Miami. And then guy number 2 is an 8, but he lives at home with his parents.
I'll say guy number 1.
Okay. If the guy was like 26?
Yeah.
Okay, guy number 1 who is 5'4", 5 foot.
Height matters. Just you see you're 6 foot. Could you be with somebody who's shorter than you? 6 foot, Chad. Pearl's tall.
Oh, 70K. That's not bad. That's two. 70K. That's not bad.
Okay.
That's not. He's not a brokey. Like
70K is not even that much anymore. When I was a kid, I used to think that was a lot of money a year. 70. Like imagine making 70K in a year. A year. That means each month you're making like.
I used to work in sales.
6K.
I used to work in sales. I made less than that. So.
And you were living fine?
I mean, I don't spend a lot of money, honestly. Like, I'm pretty cheap.
So what are you saving for now with all the money you're making since you started making YouTube money?
Well, I've
money!
only really been making money for like 6 months. I've reinvested a lot. I spent over $100,000 on studio equipment to shoot in 4K and shit.
Yeah, and the guys you got for the podcast, like these 2 guys drove all the way from ATL to do the podcast we did yesterday. That must have not been cheap. And renting all that equipment.
No, they were actually not that expensive.
Really?
I never worked. They just really wanted to work with me. So I was like, yeah.
They drove 9 hours to do Pearl's podcast, bro.
Yeah, I told them I'd pay them when I paid my people in like London. And they're like, okay.
And they're like, cool.
Yeah. I don't know.
70K is not that bad. I can't imagine living well. Like 70K is almost how much this shit costs, like my apartment a year.
Really?
Yeah, like what do you? I
don't know.
I don't even think. How could you live in a major city making 70K anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have to live in a major. I don't know. I just grew up. It's funny. My dad is like the cheapest rich person you'd ever meet.
Where did you grow up again?
I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago.
Okay. Oh, like Nick Fuentes.
I don't know where he.
Yeah, that's where he's from. You're like the Home Alone people. You watch Home Alone. That's your childhood.
I've never seen the movie, but
what?
There's a lot of movies I've never seen. But no, so my dad was like super cheap, so we just didn't like spend money like that, except on like our houses, basically.
But Chad, like you guys could really survive making 70K a year. Hi, Pearly, nice BTFO on those heartbeats from Vice. Yeah, that was great. You should do more of those.
I would like to.
And Vice, yo, Chad, you told me to say this.
Yeah.
Pressure Vice to post a full 6-hour debate. That was only 45 minutes. That was one of the favorite debates. That dude, Lasanabi, was going, I don't know what he said, but he reacted to it too. He probably called you a bad conservative, something like that. But post the whole, I want to see the whole thing, Vice. If you really are about truth, post the whole video.
I'm so tired of them calling me a tradcon. I literally cannot be a tradcon.
What is that?
Like a traditional conservative. If I was a traditional like conservative, I'd be married. Like you can't. Traditional women are like 22-year-old virgins. So I'm so tired of them calling me a tradcon because I literally can't be a tradcon.
What do you consider yourself politically?
I'm a conservative. But it's like they insinuate that you're like they just
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're conservative. Did you vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump the second time. The first time I had a test, so I didn't drive to vote.
Bomboka!
I was afraid I was gonna fail an accounting test, so and I just drive like an hour to vote. So the second time I voted, the second time I drove 2 states to vote. So I feel like
Good for you.
It evened it out.
Good for you.
I wasn't that political the first time.
4 and makes $250K a year.
I think they're going to agree. They're going to pick the
6'2"
70K.
and makes $70K a year.
Well, I'm 5'10", so 5'4" is a little too short for me.
Could you date a guy shorter than you? Yeah?
Not much.
I mean, if you're 5'4" and you're super confident, that's really sexy, but...
Chad, you have a chance.
5'4" is, like I said, I'm 5'10", so 5'4" is a little too short for me. I'd prefer a taller guy, especially when I wear heels. I like wearing heels.
So you're choosing guy number 2?
Yes, guy number 2.
You know, a lot of girls, they're short and they still have these crazy height expectations. But when you're 5'10", it's like, can you really be mad?
Right. There's really not that many people.
Right.
There's not a lot of
there's not a lot of girls who are 5'10". Like if anyone's gonna be picky, I feel like.
Don't you notice the effect that Courtney Ryan has on the girls she's interviewing? They're like extremely feminine. Do you get that effect? Because when I interview, they're not like this at all. They're pretty like, what is this? How do you see women react when you interview them?
Women react. It depends how they perceive me. So
usually they hate you.
Yeah. So if they come in already hating me, then it's very tough to interview them. But if they come in with an open mind, I would say they're a lot more perceptive to me talking about certain red pill ideas than like a guy sometimes. Because sometimes like when guys say the same thing, they get triggered.
When guys say the same, yeah, because the way you say it, it sounds softer.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
That's why I think it's really important to have your podcast.
Should be you. Would you date a guy who's shorter than you though?
As long as he's super confident, like I said, I'm gonna wear heels. So if you're confident, and I really like confidence, if you can rock it and you're not insecure about it, then heck
do you think it's delusional for like how tall is delusional for girls to be asking for?
Girls don't want that tall. I've never heard a girl say, they all pretty much want 6 feet and over. I think that's, no girl says I want a guy who's 7 foot. No girl says she wants a guy who's 6'5". They're like, oh, that's too tall. They want that sweet spot of 6'2".
6'2". Do you think that's delusional?
It's not delusional. I mean, if that's what you want, that's just a preference, you know? Like, every guy wants to be with the 10 out of 10. Are we delusional for all thinking we're going to get that? Like, it's just the most, you know, that's the prize. That's what we all want.
All right.
5'4", 200,000.
250.
Oh, 250.
Or 6'2" and make 70.
We might go for the 6'2" guy.
6'2". How tall are you?
Yeah, I figured.
I'm 5'1".
5'1".
So even though the 5'4" guy is still taller than you, you would still choose the 6'2", making less money.
Yeah.
Well, if I was 5'1", I'd go for the 5'4". I would just tower over the 5'4" guy. Like that would just.
That'd be funny. That'd be very funny to see.
But if I was 5'1", I'd pick guy number 1.
I noticed that it doesn't really even matter how tall the girl is. For the most part, they all want the same type of guy. It has nothing really to do with how much taller, for the most part. But 5'4" is really below average.
I have a friend that was 6'5" as a girl.
She plays on the volleyball team?
She did in high school, and she married a guy that was 6'10".
How did she find him?
They went to Wichita, so they were athletes.
Oh, okay. They're gonna have like superhuman kids.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan babies.
Yeah.
Number 2. 6'2" guy?
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'6".
Okay. So would your answer change if the 5'4" guy was like a little bit taller? If he was your height, would you still choose the 6'2" guy?
I don't know. There's something about like people in my family are tall. I just happen to be the short one, you know. So I typically like taller guys, just like a little bit taller than me.
Okay. So what's the shortest guy that you would date?
I'd say probably like 5'8". It's just something about taller guys that I like.
Okay.
Probably just the taller guy. Again, I don't really care about money, so.
Yeah, think about how many men watching this right now are getting mad hearing this. This really upsets men.
I'm sorry, guys. They get mad at me too.
Mad at you for what? I need to get a new battery.
They say I'm delusional because I don't want to date guys that much shorter than me. I feel like I'm more generous than most girls. I say 5'10".
Well, that's not delusional. That's just your preference.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a realistic thing to find. So that's not delusional. But what's delusional is every girl thinking that the guy that she's gonna end up with is a millionaire. That's delusion.
Yeah.
Or like that a guy needs to make $500K, or like the average man it makes this much amount of money. But having a preference there, that's not.
I never understood where the 6 figures thing came from. I like never expected a guy to make 6 figures. And I was thinking about it and I'm like, I would have more of a reason to because everyone in my family does. So I'm like, I don't know where the 6-figure thing like came from.
Is 6 figures still a lot of money? Like I know that's always used as a metric of high value man, but it's really
still,
that much?
It's still, I mean, maybe not to you, but it's only like what 10% of guys make that much.
Seriously?
We could look it up, but I think it's like 10. It might be less than that.
Yeah, but to live like a complete life, like you need to make much more than that to be able to provide for children in order to live a fun life, be able to buy the vehicles that you want.
So I've started looking into this because I'd heard that like you need like X amount of dollars to raise a family. And you can actually raise a kid on a lot less a month. You just have to go down in lifestyle, and most women won't do that.
They can't do that, yeah.
They can't. Like I've asked girls all the time, would you go down in lifestyle for a family? Meaning like you can't eat out, you can't travel at all, you can't like I just would list all these things they can't do anymore, and it's like it's not worth children to them.
That's
and
insane.
I'm doing a wife school episode. There's a girl who raised 10 kids on $10,000 a year. 10 kids.
10,000 a year?
Yeah, and she's like gonna talk about how she budgets and how she, because at the end of the day there aren't enough of those guys to go around. So like everyone else has to make it work with something.
So chat saying that I'm delusional for saying the average guy makes 60K. I think it's like 57, but just experiencing life now, like I don't see how a lot of people can live a good life making that much money. So my overall point is that you just can't be average anymore and live the life that you want to live. Mm-hmm. So you're delusional, you scam your audience to get rich, and now you think 100K is not. It's not that much. You shouldn't be happy. When I was a brokey, I thought that having 6 figures was a lot, but now I'm here and I'm like, I want to get to 5 mil a year, 10 mil a year. It's good to be ambitious. It's good to want more. I don't want to ever be complacent. Yeah, no, and I think you're right for that, but I just think on the woman's point of view, there just aren't enough of those guys to go around. Oh, of course. So if you want a family, you have to figure out like how to make it work. You know, like, and I think like, I don't know, talking to like wives who have made so little like money like go a long way, and just listening to the ways they do that has been really interesting. I'm gonna make a whole wife school episode on like budgeting. You think they could really like separate their ego and be able to do it? No, probably most no. Like the majority no, but it's for the few that maybe want to.
Oh, that's really not a factor in it at all. So I guess taller if I had to pick.
Okay.
Because I'm 5'9", so I'm pretty tall for a girl.
I was going to ask. I thought you were taller.
Yeah,
so.
I'm 5'9", so 5'4" would be pretty short, I would say.
Would you date a guy who was shorter than you?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I dated a guy, we were the same height.
Okay.
Like, exactly, so, I mean, I guess it's not the same thing.
Did you still wear your heels?
I don't wear heels.
No?
No, I hate heels.
Okay, so it doesn't even matter.
So it doesn't even matter. But I mean, I would, yeah. I'm not like superficial like that, but if I had a choice, like, I guess I would pick the taller one.
Right.
Oh, guy number 2.
How tall are you?
5'1".
Oh my gosh, so you would still choose the 6'2" guy?
Oh, for sure. My boyfriend's 6'4".
Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you would rather have the tall guy than the guy who makes more money?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is it about the tall factor that stands out to you?
I just feel like taller guys, I'll feel more protected because I'm so short. I want a guy where if we're out and like a situation happens, he can for sure protect me.
Okay. And what is the shortest guy that you would date?
I would say maybe like 5'8".
Maybe 6'2".
Okay, and how tall are you?
Do you also think all guys lie about their height?
Yeah, I can tell how tall guys are because I'm actually 6 foot.
How tall do you think I am?
You're close to 6. I don't know if you're 6. I think you're 6'2".
Yeah, I'm 6'2". Yeah. I'm 6'2.5" technically, so sometimes I lie, say 6'3". I'll put 6'2" is fine. Do you think most guys lie? Like they all round up 5'10", 5'11", they're rounding up. You're probably the metric to check if a lot of guys are those 5'10ers who are capping.
Yeah, well, because they'll always say the same thing to me. You're not 6 foot, and I'm like, well, I'm 5'11.5" technically, but like they're all. It's always sure. I don't think guys that are 6'2", 6'1" and up lie really. They tend to be more honest, but the guys under 6 foot, they all lie, like all of them.
Every single one.
60%, 70%. Have you seen the one where the girls like measure the guys?
No.
You should they'll
you use that on your show?
No, it's a girls on the street, they'll ask guys how tall are you?
I know they'll lie. Oh, that's good. That's good content. I mean you could do the same thing with girls. How much do you weigh? And then weigh them. Yeah, immediately.
Like everyone lies.
Except me. I'm special.
I'm 5'2".
Okay.
So I guess I can't be too picky.
Right. But if you had to choose, you would choose the taller guy versus the guy who makes more money?
Maybe, yes.
Okay.
I gotta go for the taller guy.
How tall are you?
5'3".
Oh, okay. So even though he's still taller than you would still choose the really tall guy?
I'm always in heels, so I'm going to be taller than him.
Okay. Would you ever date a guy that was shorter than you?
These videos feel really long, even though they're not that long, right? It's a 9-minute. We're only 9 minutes in. This feels like 40
Shorter?
minutes.
It's because we're talkers.
No.
What about your height?
Look, women are just so boring, Pearl.
I could make it work.
Your gender's boring.
If you absolutely had to.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
Okay.
Why do you think even though women have the beauty as an advantage, men are still at the top of all the entertainment?
Because having beauty means that you get validation without doing anything. So you never have to learn how to be entertaining or talkative or funny. That's why girls spend 2 hours getting ready, putting on makeup and lashes to go on a date, and then just sit there and expect to be looked at, because they don't ever have to. They don't get by having to be entertaining or say something different or being unique or having stories. They're not expected to. We have to in order to get by in life. And becoming a man means that you have life experiences, and mean that you learn about the world. But girls, they have no expectation to do that at all. It is what it is.
Next one is guy number 1 who is a 4 but pays for everything, is a provider and you don't have to work, or guy number 2 who is a 10 but you're the breadwinner.
What do you think?
A 4.
The 4 pays for everything, or a 10?
Does the 10 like job, like is he a bum? Right?
No, but you make more than him.
Oh, well then
you provide for him.
I'd probably just I'd probably just pick number 2 just because of my family. But it depends. Like if he's a bum and he's doing nothing all the time, like that would just drive me nuts. Then I'd pick 1.
And you don't.
It's the same question every time.
Yeah.
The chat's saying skip. I'm getting bored of this video.
That's it.
Your job?